Have you ever wondered what lies beyond the veil of our daily existence? What if the very thing you fear, uncertainty, is the gateway to understanding life itself? This is the profound mystery Søren Kierkegaard, a Danish philosopher from the 19th century, invites us to explore. Born in 1813 in Copenhagen, Kierkegaard was no stranger to deep philosophical inquiry. From an early age, he was exposed to heavy intellectual discussions, especially through his father, who was deeply reflective about life's greatest questions. Yet, it wasn't the books or formal education at the University of Copenhagen that sparked Kierkegaard's most impactful ideas. It was the glaring void he saw in them. The teachings he encountered seemed hollow, detached from the raw intensity of lived experience. This dissatisfaction drove Kierkegaard into what became his life's philosophical mission: to dive headfirst into the human condition, particularly focusing on what he called angst, or existential anxiety. Now, don't mistake this for the clinical anxieties we know today. Kierkegaard's angst is something deeper, an unsettling feeling that arises when we confront the boundless possibilities of existence. From the moment we are born, we are thrust into a world filled with uncertainty, forced to make choices that shape not only our future, but also our very identity. But why does this angst surface? Kierkegaard believed it stems from our deep consciousness of being. We are not just creatures living out a predetermined script. We are beings with immense freedom to choose, to create, and to become. This freedom, however, comes with a price. The weight of endless choices and unknown outcomes can overwhelm us, leading to a profound sense of existential anxiety. It's like standing at the edge of an abyss, peering into the endless expanse of what could be, and feeling the full gravity of your responsibility to act. Kierkegaard suggests that this anxiety is not something to be feared or avoided. In fact, it is a crucial part of what makes us human. It is a reminder that life, with all its unpredictability and paradoxes, is something we must actively engage with. The discomfort we feel when faced with the unknown is a gateway, a philosophical inquiry into the essence of our existence. Why are we here? What is our purpose? And most importantly, how do we make sense of a life that is by nature uncertain and fleeting? For Kierkegaard, this angst is not a psychological flaw, but an existential truth. It is the very tension between our desire for certainty and the reality that no such certainty exists in life. We long for stability, for a secure understanding of our place in the universe. Yet life constantly reminds us that everything is in flux. There are no guarantees, no fixed paths, only the responsibility to navigate the complexities of existence with awareness. And so, Kierkegaard challenges us. Will you cower in the face of this freedom, overwhelmed by the anxiety it brings? Or will you rise to meet it, using it as a catalyst to live a more authentic, meaningful life? The choice, like so much else in life, is entirely yours. But remember, within the tension of uncertainty lies the potential for profound self-discovery. Is your anxiety the key to unlocking your true freedom? What if the anxiety you dread so much is the very thing that could lead you to ultimate freedom? Kierkegaard famously called anxiety the dizziness of freedom. It's that vertigo you feel when standing on the edge of endless possibilities. Each choice you make carries profound responsibility, and this can create an overwhelming sense of unease. Yet, this anxiety is not your enemy. It's a reminder of your freedom, your power to shape your own life. But with this freedom comes weight, the burden of responsibility. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with choices, from the mundane to the life-changing. Every decision feels monumental, and it's easy to feel paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong move. Kierkegaard recognized this modern dilemma, a life teeming with choices, but but also with the anxiety of uncertainty. Every day we hope our decisions will resolve our inner turmoil, yet deep down, we know there's no guarantee. That hope and fear keep us teetering, unsure of which path will bring us closer to peace. But here's the twist. Kierkegaard didn't see anxiety as a purely negative force. Instead, he saw it as a doorway to personal and existential growth. How you respond to this anxiety, how you choose to act in its presence, is what differentiates a life fully lived from one of despair. Rather than run from the discomfort, Kierkegaard encourages us to embrace it, to use it as fuel for passion and self-realization. This passion doesn't have to be grand. It can be found in love, creativity, or personal pursuits. What matters most is that it aligns with what Kierkegaard called subjective truth. Subjective truth is the truth that resonates deeply within your own being, not dictated by society's standards or intellectual certainties. It's about finding the values and ideas that are so true to you that you would live and die for them. Kierkegaard's challenge is simple but profound. Find the idea for which you are willing to live and die. It's a call to dive deep into your own subjectivity, to abandon the safety of conventional wisdom, and to make a leap of faith into your own authentic existence. This leap, however, requires something terrifying, trusting in the unknown. As Sadhguru explains in Inner Engineering, a yogi's guide to joy, true freedom comes when you learn to let go of your attachments to certainty and embrace the fluid, ever-changing nature of life. Freedom isn't just the ability to choose. It's the ability to trust your own experience and subjective truth, even when it conflicts with what the world expects from you. This is what Kierkegaard meant when he talked about passion, not merely desire, but a deeply personal, authentic engagement with life that allows you to transcend your fears. To truly live this way requires a leap of faith. Not a blind leap into the unknown, but a conscious, intentional step towards your own truth. This is where personal growth happens, not through intellectual certainty, but through the pursuit of what is deeply meaningful to you, even when it defies logic. Kierkegaard's call to embrace subjective truth and anxiety is not just about managing fear. It's about using that fear as a compass to guide you toward a more authentic, passionate life. What if the very thing holding you back is the doorway to your deepest freedom? Kierkegaard, in his exploration of the human psyche, dives into this very paradox, that subjective truths, while deeply personal and unprovable, are the most authentic and powerful guides for a meaningful life. But here's the catch. Pursuing these truths requires a leap into the unknown, an embrace of the profound uncertainty that accompanies every significant choice in life. It's not just about intellectual conviction. It's about an emotional and existential commitment to live by what resonates most deeply within you, even when the world doesn't validate your path. Have you ever felt the weight of inaction, the paralyzing fear that keeps you frozen in hesitation? Kierkegaard understood that anxiety, if not faced directly, can become a formidable force that disconnects us from the vibrancy of life. Yet, rather than seeing this as a curse, he viewed anxiety as a challenge, a compass that points us toward the areas of life where we most need to grow. As André Gide wisely noted, man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. Anxiety, then, becomes the wind that forces us to set sail, to lose sight of the familiar and explore uncharted waters of self-realization. But how do we overcome this fear? According to Kierkegaard, it's not by avoiding it, but by confronting it head-on. It is through this confrontation that we reclaim agency over our lives. The longer we allow anxiety to control us, the more we miss out on the richness of life's experiences. We become trapped in a cycle of fear, hesitation, and missed opportunities. The key, as Wittgenstein once said, is to turn toward it. Learn to lean into the wind. By embracing the discomfort and uncertainty, we unlock our true potential for personal growth and transformation. At the core of Kierkegaard's philosophy is the understanding that true self-realization is not found in the safety of societal norms or intellectual certainty. Instead, it is achieved by mustering the courage to embrace our subjective truths, to take that leap of faith toward what feels most authentic to us. Emerson captured this beautifully when he said, "He who is not every day conquering some fear has not learned the secret of life." Every day, we face choices that either move us closer to authenticity or further into conformity. The challenge is to resist the temptation to seek comfort in the known, and to instead, as Kierkegaard advises, embrace the path of uncertainty and self-exploration. This journey is not easy, nor is it meant to be. Kierkegaard recognized that the road to self-realization is fraught with discomfort and existential anxiety. But it is through willingly engaging with these feelings, rather than running from them, that we grow. We break free from the societal pressures that confine us, from the distractions that keep us from truly knowing ourselves. Each leap into the unknown, each confrontation with our fears, becomes a step closer to living a life of authenticity and purpose. And so, Kierkegaard leaves us with this challenge. Will you continue to be imprisoned by your anxieties, or will you rise to meet them, using them as tools to shape a life that is truly your own? Breaking free from the cage. Is society keeping you from your true self? What if the real prison you're trapped in is not built of steel bars, but of expectations, societal norms, and your own distractions? Kierkegaard warns us that the greatest threat to our individuality lies in our willingness to conform without question. We let the world dictate who we should be, and in doing so, we lose touch with who we truly are. Society, with its rigid standards and expectations, subtly forces us into molds, shaping us into versions of ourselves that fit in, but never truly fulfill us. We find ourselves busy, distracted by mindless entertainment, social media, or endless work, all to avoid facing the existential truth that life is inherently uncertain and that we are responsible for carving out our own path. Kierkegaard believed that distractions are not harmless. They are obstacles that keep us from personal growth and from engaging with the deeper, more meaningful questions in life. To escape into distractions is to avoid confronting the discomfort of our anxieties, our choices, and ultimately our potential. The path to true self-realization, according to Kierkegaard, is not one of comfort. It's a journey into solitude, a conscious stepping away from the noise of society and its demands. He urges us to engage in introspection, to spend time alone with ourselves, reflecting on our fears, desires, and motivations. This isn't just a philosophical exercise. It's a necessary step toward cultivating authenticity. When we carve out time for self-reflection, we make space for our anxieties to surface, our choices to be examined, and our values to be aligned with what truly matters to us. True growth happens in the quiet moments, away from distractions and societal pressures. Kierkegaard emphasizes that anxiety, though uncomfortable, is a natural and necessary part of this process. It's a signal that we are stepping out of conformity and into the unknown. And it is in this space of uncertainty that we find the greatest potential for self-discovery and transformation. Escaping into comfort zones or distractions will only lead to a life of stagnation. But when we embrace anxiety and uncertainty, we reclaim our power to shape our own destiny. As Sadhguru explains in Mystic's Musings, life is not about conforming to societal expectations or living within the confines of comfort. It's about pushing past our limitations and allowing for a constant expansion of consciousness. Every time we shy away from the discomfort of self-reflection, we are choosing to stay in the shallow end of existence. But life, with all its complexity and uncertainty, demands that we dive deep. Only in the depth of solitude and silence can we confront our anxieties and realign our lives with our deepest values and aspirations. Kierkegaard's philosophy is not for those who wish to live comfortably within the limits of societal norms. It's for the courageous, the ones willing to break free from the cage of conformity and face the existential uncertainties head-on. In doing so, we take the first step toward a life that is not only more authentic, but also more fulfilling. It is not an easy path. It demands constant introspection, personal growth, and the courage to embrace solitude. But it is the only path that leads to true self-realization and existential fulfillment. Thank you so much for watching and supporting our channel. If any of these insights struck a chord with you, please share this video with someone who could benefit from it. Your support is what makes it possible for us to continue creating content that spreads wisdom and insight. Let's continue growing this incredible community one step at a time as we dive deeper into life's mysteries together. Stay blessed, and may your journey towards self-discovery bring you endless fulfillment.